So if you have a child with autism, especially a child who's been newly diagnosed, you're probably wondering if you'll always feel so sad. Stay tuned and we'll discuss. So my son Brad is 29, so we have been living with autism for a very long time. And I remember when we first got the diagnosis, I literally thought that there was a black cloud over my head and I thought I would never be happy again. I mean, I absolutely had those thoughts that my life was over, it was ruined, I will never be happy again. And I can tell you, it's just not true. And in fact, really that's what life with a side of autism is all about, that I promise you, eventually your life will just become your life with a side of autism. And at first I know it's a very emotional diagnosis to get, but as time goes on, you will feel more comfortable with it. It will become part of your life and you will not be sad all the time. So I have a very good friend and she's just really sensitive, and her son just turned 23, and on his 23rd birthday, I knew that she would be struggling, and I called to check in on her, and she said she only allowed herself to cry for 10 minutes, and then she had to get on with it. So, for her, every year on her son's birthday, she cries, she still grieves, she still mourns for the child that maybe he would have been if he didn't have autism. And she just, takes those just really hard. I definitely understand that, but she allowed herself some time to feel what she needed to feel, and then she moved on. And I just want to assure, any parent, just struggling right now, that it will get better. And really, there's not a lot of advice I can give you, but I think for me, what really, worked was just keeping myself busy and knowing that I was doing the best for my son, making sure I got him into the therapies that he needed, not taking no for an answer. When the school told me this, I said, no, I want this. Really fighting for, the therapies and the insurance and everything that he needed, but just feeling like I will never look back and be upset with myself that I didn't try hard enough or, give him, everything that I thought he needed. So, just kind of turning my sadness into a purpose, turning my pain into a passion, and just working with just the situation to make the best out of it, and just incorporating autism into my life and my family. And now that he is 29, yeah, that kind of, it definitely hit me on his 29th birthday when I'm like, wow, he's 29. If he didn't have autism, he wouldn't be living at home. He might be married, he might have children, I might have other grandchildren, but that just wasn't in the cards. But being thankful for, who he is, how much he's brought to me and my family and everyone who's met him, and just the joy he has brought, and just celebrating him. And things, just in life, they ebb and flow. Just when you think something is going great, then it's like, oh, they hit middle school and it's a whole different set of circumstances. And so, I was gonna say I jokingly say, but actually I'm pretty serious when I tell new autism moms to drink your Gatorade, because it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. It's gonna go on for the rest of your life. But just if you need to talk to somebody when your child first gets diagnosed, I would go and find a counselor, because you will deal with grief. You will feel a sense of mourning. You will feel a sense of loss. You will feel like, why is this happening to me? This isn't fair. And you'll need to work through all that stuff, but you can't stay in that place for too long, because you've got a child with a disability who needs you, and you have other children who need you, and you need to be able to focus your energy on moving forward and just accepting it. And everybody has a different timeline for acceptance. Everybody has a different level of acceptance. I definitely feel like I have accepted it. I'm at peace with it. And I know that there's other people who have children close to my son's age that still really do struggle with it. And that's okay. They just have to feel their feelings and get through it the best they can. But just know that I promise you, in a year, you're going to be feeling better. In 2 years, you're going to be feeling better. I'm not going to say it ever gets easy or ever goes away, but there is a time that you will accept it. Your child will be doing as well as he can be doing and just living up to like his potential. And that's really your job. Your job is to make sure that you give him everything or her everything that they can live up to their best potential. And I think there's a lot of peace and satisfaction in that. I want you to remember something that my grandmother used to always say to me. She used to always tell me that hope floats. And I never really got that, hope floats, but hope always comes to the top, and the feelings of grief and the intense feelings that you're feeling now, they will fade. They will get better. They will soften over time, I guarantee you. And just remember that. Things will start to feel better once you start living it a little bit longer. So I'd love to hear your comments if you feel like you have made peace with the diagnosis or still struggle or just have any questions or comments. Please leave your comments below, and I'd love to start a conversation around this. Thanks so much for listening, and remember to take care of yourself and your family.